Oh, Patty Mahomes. They kick a field goal with 1 second left. Sunday Night Football, Chargers, KC Chiefs, and the Chiefs just can't be defeated. Doesn't matter. The ball bounces off the goalpost, goes straight in. Patrick Mahomes for the division. What a Sunday night game. And we're also here to celebrate that Isaac Guerendo said, quote, "I feel great," quote, and that the MRI on his foot is precautionary only. That is fantastic news for Isaac Guerendo and everybody that is relishing in his cooking that he did today.
Let him cook.
The Fantasy Football Show, Sunday Night Football, Patrick Mahomes winning the division. Chiefs kick a field goal off the upright show begins right now. The Isaac Guerendo precautionary news. He feels great show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Oh, man, we had such a good day today. Today was a good day. The only real bad things were Bucky got injured. Bucky Irving got injured. And then we also didn't get Braylon Allen producing much. But Sharp stepped up in a major way. Sharps was such an amazing play today. And we came in and hammered it home for a good 4 hours straight with the back-to-back Saturday night and Sunday morning live streams just to make sure everybody knew. Red alert. Sharps was safe. He was so safe. He was a great play. He was a fantastic play. For those of you that joined us on Friday night only, then, you got the whole, we're not sure, until we know for sure that Sharps is starting, we're unsure what to say. And coming into Saturday and Sunday, he was just a lock. And he was a fantastic play. Puka Nacua absolutely took over. Josh Allen took over. Charbonnet took over. Kyron Williams took over. Isaac Guerendo took over. We had a day. Jordan Addison took over. What a day. What a day. Jordan Addison and the boys. The Vikings looking good. Sam Darnold coming in and absolutely cooking. JJ scoring 2 touchdowns. Addison scoring 3 touchdowns. Aaron Jones playing well. It was a fantastic day of football with literally 6 teams on a bye, big names out, injuries, you name it, and yet we still had a glorious Sunday of football. And some have said that this is the best football they've had on this channel. Today was their best week that they've ever had. I had people that almost scored 300 points. I had a 250, I had a 270 score. You guys have been dropping your fantasy scores like crazy. Charbonnet to the mother freaking.
Get Charbonnet.
Just get Charbonnet.
Open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
As much as we love Kenneth Walker, and we do love Kenneth Walker. We do love him. But at some point, you got to say to yourself, like, Sharps produces every time he's asked to do it. The no-neck man, the man without a neck, it doesn't need a neck. A neck would get in the way. The man without a neck knows how to drive that football into the end zone. And they use him differently than they use Walker, and it's just fantastic. So, we ask you, Seattle, take your time with Kenneth Walker. We love him. I hope he gets traded to another team and he plays football, good football somewhere else. I do hope Walker gets used properly because they do use and abuse him. But let's get Charbonnet the ball. Let's continue to feed Charbonnet because it's his time. There's a reason we loved him coming out of college. There's a reason we have this.
Get Charbonnet.
We created this.
A nice bottle of Charbonnet.
As you can see, his uniform in this actual animation is his college football uniform because we didn't know where he was going. We wanted him to land somewhere as a solo starter, and we did not get that wish. This animation was made before he landed in Seattle. That's how long we've waited for this moment for Charbonnet, and Charbonnet looks absolutely fantastic. Let's answer this super chat, then we'll get straight into the phone calls. Guerendo, Liz Frank. No, TP, I got it on screen right here. Aren't you paying attention, TP? Aren't you paying attention to not only the title down below, the title of the video, and the graphic on screen? TP, pay attention. Phone lines are open. Dial in, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Good God, coming in with an absolute piece of fake news, TP. What are you doing? Trying to give someone a heart attack in here? Somebody's gonna read that and they're gonna take it the wrong way, my boy. Liz Frank. I mean, you never know. You never know. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Last night's move, Charbonnet above Allen. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got here? Dial in, dial in, dial in. Phone lines are open. I don't want to go over everything we already did. You know, Barkley 100 yards, JJ 2 touchdowns, Addison 3 touchdowns. We got a whole gauntlet of news and breaking everything that happened throughout the entirety of the day, recapping the whole day. That on the video prior to this, so go watch the recap show if you want an entire breakdown of the entire week. Smitty dropped you a message, says Perps. All right, let me go find that in a second. 918 caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My name is Sohaib.
Who is it?
Sohaib.
Sohaib?
Yes, sir.
Sohaib from New Mexico? Is that what you said?
No, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma. Okay, Sohaib. Go ahead.
Smitty, just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Been watching you all season, and you've been cooking. Picked up Isaac and Charbonnet and got me to my playoffs. Thank you so much.
You bet, bro. I'm so glad to hear that you're cooking. Nice job. Anything else, bro?
No, I just want to say keep up the great work, man. Watch your show every day. Thank you so much.
All right. Appreciate you. Later. All right. Perp says he has a message here. Let's play this. Perps, we haven't seen you in a while. Very, very good to see you, my boy. Very good to see you. Perps' message is, where is it? Why can't I find it? There it is. All right, this one's from Perps. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? Perps here. Just wanted to reach out. I was at the game today. I seen Ron Navy with Kirk Cousins. They were in the Vikings locker room, sniffing Sam Darnold's jockstrap. You believe it?
Oh, snap. Perps. Shots fired. Perps, shots fired. He says Ron is sniffing the... Oh, man, I hope Ron's watching right now. I hope Ron's... Man, Perps came in. Perps hasn't been here for a little while. Came in swinging today. He chose violence. Perps chose violence today. Arthur, I'm sorry, I just hung up on somebody. Arthur, I think it was Arthur, dial in. Perps says Ron was sniffing the jockstrap of Sam Darnold with Kirk Cousins. 818, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Burbank, California.
What's up, Burbank? What's your name, bro? From Burbank, California.
What's going on? My name's Daniel. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Daniel. What can I do for you?
I just want to know, like, what's going on with Bone?
Man. Daniel, call back again. Somehow the call got disconnected. Hey, heating up. What's up? You're live.
Smitty.
Yeah.
Am I going to get my flowers for my Tracy versus Gibbs take, or what?
Tracy versus Gibbs take. Are you going to get your flowers? I got your flowers. I got your flowers right here. I got your flowers right here. I got it right.
Finish him.
Bro, no one in their right mind is going to agree with you that Tracy's better than Gibbs. Like, give me a break. Like, stop with it. You're embarrassing yourself.
He's all we got. He's Saquon part two, hopefully.
Bro, but you're embarrassing yourself. You kind of went a little nutso on this, on me, and now you're gonna play it off as if it's kind of a joke. But you're literally trying to.
Being serious.
You can't be serious. You can't be serious. You're the only one that thinks this. Read the room. No one thinks that Tracy's better than Jahmyr Gibbs. What in the hell's wrong with you, bro?
Every week.
Every
He's
week,
getting
what?
more touches. 16 touches today for a tutty.
Last
Gibbs
week,
has got to share the
last week he got 9 carries. Last week, the week
with Gibbs
week
last
before
week.
that, he fumbled the game away twice. What are you talking about, bro? There's not a single person on planet Earth that thinks that Tracy's better than Jahmyr Gibbs. First of all, Tracy's 87-year-old rookie, okay, that has fumbling problems, that is on a bad team, that is not outperforming Gibbs on any level. It's embarrassing. Stop.
He hasn't had the chance. Danny Dimes has been throwing picks all season. Now he's unlocked. Now that he's got Drew Lock out there.
Come on, this is. I'm gonna end it for you so it's not painful for you anymore. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Finish him.
He's serious. He's dead serious because he went a little nutso in the Patreon chat the other day. Like, Smitty, what are you talking? He's so much better than Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is a part-time running back. Sean from Cali, you're live, Sean. God, some of the stuff
this isn't Sean. It's his girlfriend Sonia calling this time.
Oh, okay. Sean, what can I? Sean's girlfriend, what can I do for you?
Yeah, the last time he called and asked for advice regarding Tua and Murray,
Okay.
and I just wanted to call and say thank you for the good advice.
Okay.
And that today I played Addison, and he scored me some bomb-ass points,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I made the playoffs.
Yeah, Addison was the call, was it not? Was that not the call?
That was the call, yeah.
Boy,
That was the call.
You couldn't have got it. Yeah, I feel good about that. I remember him asking me that question, and I thought about it all day. The third touchdown Addison had, I gave myself a standing ovation. I just went like.
There you go. Round of applause. So I just want to say thanks to Smitty.
Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it. Glad you checked in. Great job. Later.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah. Wow. That you look. I remember that call. I remember we're like Addison. Go Addison. Addison's consistent. 3 tutties. What a day Addison had. What a day. Gump, you're live, Gump.
How we doing, Smitty?
What's up?
I pulled out the trigger finger. I picked and dropped it again. I did a bunch of stuff. I'm like a maple leaf shaking to the wind.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
about.
I jumped ahead of week 15. The guy I'm playing's got Josh Allen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm getting ready to play 15. I'm trying to think about 15.
Okay, trying to think about
15. I got Jameis.
Uh-huh.
I got Nick.
Okay.
And then I got JD5.
Gotcha. JD5's your boy. You put him in and you say thank you.
Think so?
You got to. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna play Winston. You're gonna play around with Winston. You're gonna play around with Bo Nix, who I like a lot. But you got JD5, who he's carried you here. He's playing really well. His rib issues seem to be behind him.
I got AR5.
Didn't you just say JD? Did he say JD5, guys?
AR5.
I need all the information. I need all the information, the proper information, Gump, or I can't help you.
Next week, AR5 is going to play Bo Nix. Got Jameson Williams.
All right, let me ask the chat, Gump. Let me ask the chat, guys. Are we starting? Didn't he say JD5, guys?
No,
AR5 or Bo Nix or Winston? Can you help Gump out? Can you guys please sound off on this one? I need at least 10 votes for Gump. Gump is driving a truck for you. Okay? Gump is a truck driver. That means he's out there busting his butt for every one of you. What do you haul, Gump?
I haul everything from Canada to America to everything that you can.
No, what do you carry? Like, what do you haul?
Oh, today's cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
For the house. Cheesecake.
Attaboy. That's what I'm talking. Gump's hauling your cheesecake around town. He deserves your vote. We got Nix, Bo Nix. We got a unanimous Bo Nix.
But how about AR5?
I asked them that, Gump, but they're not saying AR5.
What do you like?
I like AR5, but I do trust Nix a little more. Yeah.
But I'm going against Josh Allen. The freaking guy is putting up millions of points, like 25.
What do you want me to do,
freaking
Gump?
game.
What do you want me to do? Go back in time and draft Josh Allen for you? Like, I don't
No,
know. I can't.
I got 3 people that could have
Gump,
beat them.
break
Which
out a
one?
cheesecake. Break out a cheesecake. Relax a little bit.
Okay.
And play Bo Nix like the chat is saying. I think the chat is right.
Oh.
Or Gump, you follow up with me later in the week when we have a little bit time to digest it. Maybe I love AR5.
Can I ask you one more question?
Go ahead, Gump. Cheesecake.
What happened to Brooks?
What happened to Brooks? I said to trade Brooks all year long. Almost 99.9% of the time somebody said, hey, here's my team, and they listed Brooks off. 99.999% of the time, you always heard me say trade Brooks and a player for one player. I never was on the I was never on the Brooks train this year. He was always a really good sell until he wasn't, and now he's trash. He's hurt.
And how about Malik? What's going on with him?
All right, I gotta go, Gump. Malik Neighbors is playing banged up. He's got no quarterback. There's a lot going on. He's trying the best he can. He's taking hospital balls the best he can, and he's trying to turn those into points. But there's only so much he can do.
What about Thielen and Palmer?
Thielen, I was wrong about. I'll take a lap on Thielen. He looked really good today. I'm not saying I like him long term on any level, but look, when he's doing something, he's doing something. I own that one. That's my fault. All right, Gump, gotta go. Take care of that cheesecake, Gump.
You.
Take care of that cheesecake, Gump. All right, Arthur from Oregon, you're live.
What up, Smitty?
What's up?
Started Josh Allen today and snuck into the playoffs. Playing absolute monster of a team, 11-1, and I got Jaden Reed dropping absolute dud in Detroit. Thinking, do I stick with him from a bounce back, or do I go Nick Westbrook from Tennessee Titans?
Westbrook Akine versus who? Who was the first guy you were talking about?
Jaden Reed.
Oh, Jaden Reed over Westbrook Akine. Look, they both dropped a dud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You got to choose between two guys that have disappointed you. I would personally, let's revisit it later in the week. I don't know that I want to lock anything in right now, but I'm going to say Jaden Reed as a bounce back game. But that's me.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but that's my only option. And then I got Worthy, and then I got Braylon Allen. Picked up Guerendo. Here's your advice, and he freaking went crazy for me today.
Yeah. And the news right here is really good. Just precautionary. I feel great, says Guerendo. Now, could it be wrong? Could we be misguided here? Maybe, but I think this is about the best.
Kyle Shanahan.
It could be, but this is the best news we could have asked for. You know what I mean? Like we're awaiting a MRI on the foot, and we couldn't have been handed a better piece of news than this. Even if it's wrong, it's just the best thing we could have, seen. So let's just hope for the best. Let's hope this is true. Let's hope that Isaac Guerendo isn't just being overly optimistic. His foot's hanging on by a thread, and he's like, I feel great. It feels good. The adrenaline's still there, but I don't know. Maybe in the morning they'll reattach it, and it'll be fine. I don't know. I'm taking this as good information.
And whoever said that Tracy is better than Gibbs, bro, needs to take a lap.
Yeah, he got all heated on it too earlier. Like he act like he had someone in his corner. He had nobody standing by himself.
He's a great rookie, but he ain't freaking Gibbs, let's be honest.
Yeah, he's also 25 years old. All right, appreciate you, bro. Later.
All right, thank you. I'll call you back later in the week.
All right, Negative Ethan, you're live.
Smitty, I played it too safe. I should have traded to get Gibbs. I had Kamara all year, and I was like, oh, just play the safe, receiving floor. And now it looks really bad without Taysom on the field. And now you got Carr banged up.
Yeah.
It's looking yeah.
The thing about Kamara is that he's 29 years old on a bad team. Yeah, it was kind of easy to see coming that, just like we've kind of said, like Brees could fall apart. He's on a bad team. They're not running well. and he's obviously not a good asset right now. Even if he returns, it's kind of you're going to start him, just like you're starting Lamb, just like you've been starting Tyreek, and Tyreek finally stepped up. Brees could do that too. He could step up in a game and have 150 yards and a touchdown, and we're like, oh, hey. But you can kind of see these things coming sometimes. And Kamara was definitely at 29 years old on a bad offense. Derek Carr's his leader. Like, there's a lot of red flags and concerns. So yes, you got to, Gibbs is on a winning team, phenomenal player. At least Kyron, his team is fighting hard. They're trying, they're trying to be relevant right now, which is fantastic. Look at the Rams go. So Kyron's still in the mix. I mean, this is great. Brees Hall, the Jet players, it sucks. It is what it is.
Yeah, I played Braylon today. That didn't. I guess this Isaiah Davis or something was getting played. So
yeah, but
whatever.
even so, like, he caught a touchdown, but he also dropped a bunch of passes. One was another touchdown. He dropped it. Braylon Allen and him, the only difference between the two of them today was a touchdown. They both played around the same amount. Allen looked fantastic when he was in open space, but this is the Jets, and they suck. They absolutely blow. So I'm not excited about Braylon Allen. Even if he starts next week and they say, we're going to give him a little more run, I like him, but the Jets suck. And crappy teams can't matriculate the football down the football field, and that's just the bottom line. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can I ask you one other thing?
Hurry up.
Jets, with Rodgers, with Brock Bowers' production next year,
okay.
Would you rather see Shador or anyone else besides Rodgers? I mean, I loved Rodgers for a long time.
I don't want Rodgers there. No, I don't want Rodgers there. I don't even know. I don't know how I feel about the Jets organization, though, bro. Like, I almost want to stay away from all New York Jet players next year. I'm not saying I'm going to stay away from Brees Hall. I'm just saying I don't know if I believe in New York. Like, they really don't know what they're doing. I think it does depend on the quarterback, depends on the OC, depends on a lot of things. Like, they bring in the right team of people, then they can get it going. But you even heard Devontae Adams. There's a morale problem. Like, the defense creates a fumble opportunity or a recovery, and the team's just sitting there picking their nose. No one's even cheering. No, it's a problem from top to bottom. So I don't know. I hope that Shador goes to the Raiders or somewhere where he can flip a team upside down. And I think that starting with Brock Bowers is a great place to start with Shador.
Yeah, I'd rather have a rookie, concentrating on Bowers than Rodgers trying to say, oh, he didn't run that route right, or, I'm just, I don't know. I think it's cooked.
All right. See you later, bro.
Yeah.
Brett from New Jersey. And yes, guys, do pick up Patrick Taylor. I see a couple comments in the chat about that. You got to pick up Patrick Taylor. He's a part of the cuff board. Sharbs and Walker, pretty much the number one cuff situation. Why? Because the cuff is more important than the actual starter. So even though Brees Hall is a monster, his cuffing situation just got a whole lot cloudier, and the team blows. So his cuff ranking falls down the wayside a little bit. Benson Connor, that could climb up pretty quickly into the 5 spot because Benson, I believe, is good. Davis Cook, the reason this isn't good is good right now is because Josh Allen's the run game, but that goes back and forth. This right here, this trio is, and really Achane and Wright. Wright is very important to Achane because if Achane were to go down and he went to the blue tent, came back into the game, if Achane were to sit out, Wright would be tested. They would test him. They'd run the hell out of him. They'd try and pull an Achane with them to see what they can get away with, to know what they have for 2025. So Wright is a very important next man up, rags to riches potential player. Hopefully we don't need to use him. Or maybe they use him a lot with Achane and get Achane more on the outside runs because it just sucks when he gets 14 carries up the gut, and that's just not his style. Taylor is an important cuff, not as important as Corum, but he's important. Very important. Sharbs is the most important handcuff in fantasy, period, right now, because he's better than the starter. It just is what it is. I love Walker, but Sharbs is tailor-made for what they're doing right now. It just is what it is. But these 3 cuffs are the best cuffs because of what the cuff can do. What can the cuff do for you is the question you should be asking. Brett, you're live.
Really quick question. I just secured the first round bye of the playoffs, but
Congrats.
I got a bit of a questionable future here. I have Braylon Allen, Kamara, A.J. Brown, Metcalf, Kittle, C.D. Lamb. But my question is, I have Breece Hall as well. Bucky Irving's been kind of my backup, plug in with a flex running back if needed. But with this whole Breece Hall, Braylon Allen thing, I'm not really sure what to do. Limited options.
So what's the question overall?
The question is, moving forward, should I be trying to cuff Braylon Allen, or should I be making a move with the backup running back here?
Like?
That's just it. I'm trying to figure out.
You're not really asking me anything. You're asking me, should you worry about cuffing the Breece Hall situation or an unknown?
Right.
I don't. You got to give me something, bro. I don't know what I'm. It's like saying, Smitty, do I go through this door or?
I guess the question is, do I stick with a guy like Bucky and hoping he turns around, or do I cuff Allen?
I mean, I can't you do both? Like, I guess I'm not super worried about cuffing Allen to Breece Hall right now. It doesn't feel like a priority, to be honest, because even if you had him, would you play him? Right now, I don't know if you would. Bucky, you're almost, no offense, but you're either going to have Bucky come back and explode or you're not going to win. That's kind of the way I feel. I don't think you're winning off Braylon Allen or his backup.
Gotcha.
Davis. I don't. Try. I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying, like, you need Bucky to step up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right. Later, bro. Bucky's got to step up for some of you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Aaron, thanks for the Sharbs take. My team scored 208 in a win to get in this situation. Playoff bound, baby. Good job, bro. Sharbs to the moon. Smitty to Neptune. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate you. Congrats on all your Sharbs plays, boys and girls. First round bye, Breece, K9, Nico, Cup, JSN. Am I toast? Nah, you're not toast. I wish you had Sharbs, but is what it is. Man, what this cup board just, it's been giving back all year. It's been, and it didn't seem like it was gonna do a whole lot except for the early Guerendo. The early Jordan Mason Guerendo cuff. That was like the really only thing giving on the board. It was really kind of just like stagnant all year, and we kept pulling it up, we kept showing it, and we weren't getting much, and then boom, it's like down goes Walker. Sharbs comes in, no neck Charbonnet. He looks like he's got a neck here, but don't let that deceive you. On the field, he doesn't need a neck. It gets in the way. He just scores touchdowns. It looks like he's got a big neck, actually. Charbonnet. Get Charbonnet.
Get Charbonnet. Pop open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
Boys on fire. Ray G coming in with a 10 wad. Thielen, JSN. Again, I take a big lap on Thielen. I said I'm not really on this Thielen train, and he did really well. I'm not saying I like him long term, but boy, was I wrong about Thielen this week. Thielen, JSN, and BTJ have helped me a lot this year. I just need Burrow, Chase Higgins, and Chase Brown to score less than 107. Well, you're not going to be hearing us root for that. So, Ray G, you might want to keep that to yourself, because this is a pancake stack country.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
Ray G, I'm sorry, but I want this stack to score well over 100. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, I want that stack on fire by the end of the week here. Yeah, it does look like a big neck, actually. On the field, he looks like he has no neck. I think he locks it down. It's like there's very little movement. I think that's what it is. It's like maybe a fused situation. He's like, he's just running straight. He doesn't care what's going on. It's distracting to look to your right or left if you're Charbonnet. You rather just take the ball forward and just run onward. He doesn't need a neck. Guerendo, I mean, this is from Yahoo Sports, yes. Yahoo Sports said Guerendo says he doesn't seem concerned about the foot sprain. He said, just precautionary, I feel great. So that's fantastic. That's the best news we could have possibly got out of Isaac Guerendo's injury situation. There's not a better way that could have looked. Don't slip on my boy Higgins Smitty. We don't know what that means. Sorry. You mean don't sleep on Higgins? We like Higgins. Don't worry about it. K9 disappears at the end of the year. It's been a pattern, says D-Town. Well, they got to make a decision. I mean, they're obviously okay keeping both of them, but look, Charbonnet, like I said, when we first put this up a long time ago,
Open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
I made this when Charbs was still in college. Okay, so we were hoping he'd be standalone, valuable, landing in a great spot, no starter in front of him, and when he landed in Seattle, we all got kind of depressed. So this is not a new thing for us loving Charbonnet, wanting Charbonnet to get a chance to take over a backfield somewhere. And so as much as we do love Walker, it is what it is. We can root for both of them. Don't slip, Smitty. Don't slip. Don't slip on Higgins. Well, tell Higgins to get off the floor. Higgins is going to be a hot topic in the offseason. He better work on them hamstrings. He did say we do have a piece of news that we need to maybe go over. And I missed the offseason because I love doing like a video on just that piece of news. Like this news comes out, boom, do a live stream, 30 minutes long, boom, we're out of here. Another 10 minutes later, all of a sudden, the Higgins news breaks. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Higgins news was that Higgins is looking forward to working on his hamstrings and getting them stronger so he can have more, success in health wherever he ends up going. And just come out with a live stream on that topic. Can't wait. It's going to be a hot topic. Higgins' landing spot, I imagine we're going to have at least 10 live streams dedicated only to Higgins. T. Higgins, where is he going? Rumor he could go here. Rumor is he could go there. Trade almost in the works. And then all of a sudden, the last live stream will be Higgins, boom. There's the news. Where is he at? Could he even return to Cincinnati? It's possible. It's possible, they say. F the defense. let's just run it back. I mean, it is their best team. They don't have the D. But like, what do you do if you take Higgins out of the equation? Shelly, hopefully your QB decision went well. It's not like Herbert had a day. So if you did end up making that call at the end of the day, I know everybody told you to go Herbert. You probably did, I imagine, with that amount of pressure, and maybe you didn't. Maybe you stood strong. That'd be awesome if you did, I guess. But who knows if Herbert gets outscored. Let me pull up the game log from tonight's game. Herbert had 213-1. Wasn't a huge day for Herb. Mahomes, same thing, 210-1. It was a very, very boring game until the end when Mahomes decides, and this Chiefs offense decides to get in their bag and win it by a field goal instead of trying to score a touchdown. It's kind of a frustrating season. I admit I am growing kind of impatient and tired of watching this offense be limited. Mahomes is better than 210-1. We all know it. Scrambles for 17 yards. Good. That's nice. Thanks. But we want touchdowns. Kelsey, 5 for 45. My fear is that when the fantasy season comes to a conclusion, he's going to go crazy in the playoffs. And we're all going to be like, I don't know. But this was a very mediocre game at best. And somebody said in the Patreon it's going to be a travesty if the Chiefs are playing like this during the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is 10-13. Because the Chiefs slow everybody down, like in a very dangerous way. Like the Chiefs, I don't want to hear the Chiefs are getting lucky. They're not getting lucky. This is what they're doing. They're playing down everybody. Everybody's not scoring. Their defense is doing very good. They're locking teams down, and then the Chiefs are just barely wearing them down and then making some sort of 3D chess move at the end of the game, which you could say is lucky, but it's all by design. It's minimizing all the opportunities down to a few. And then Andy Reid and Mahomes work their magic, and Mahomes is an absolute magician on the field when the time is needed. But Hopkins had 32 yards and a touchdown. That was really only the thing of note here. Quentin Johnson caught a touchdown in 48 yards. That was it. Gus Bus ran a touchdown in 36 yards. Very, very bland day from a Sunday Night Football perspective. Worthy, appreciate you. Smitty, thank you. Was 7th place, nothing it to lose. Nothing it to lose. On your advice, picked up Charbonnet and Guerendo and played them this week. All you. Good job, Worthy. Good job, Worthy. Welcome to the big leagues, and congrats. And now you got 2 starters. Yo, I have Love and JD5 hit waivers. Who do you got for the playoffs rest of season based on matchups? ? AJ Brown disappointed again this week, but Guerendo saved me. Jennings on the bench. You got a good receiver in Jennings you can plug in. You starting Jennings over AJB next week? I don't think so, but I think I'm starting Jennings somehow. AJB feels like your number one conversation, whereas Jennings, you can put your flex down or your wide receiver 3 or something like that. I think we're having a conversation about 2 players that shouldn't be in the same combo. I understand AJB disappointed, but you can't sit AJB. Herbert, I did sit Herbert. Okay, need 32 from Rush and Aubrey. It was probably the best move. Like if I could go back, I would undo the Herbert start and give myself a chance because you're wanting more than what Herbert delivered. Not that Rush will outscore him, but at least you have a shot because you know what Herb didn't do. So good job. Way to stand your ground against an entire chat that told you to go Herbert. Tell me about the 14 targets of Cooper. It's the... I don't know what that even means, Jose. Tell me about the 14 targets of Cooper. I don't know what that means. Is that a story? Is that a fable? I don't know. The 14 targets of Cooper. Once upon a time, there was a man named Cooper who got 14 targets. You know who got 15 targets? Zach Charbonnet.
Let him cook.
No, he didn't, but it felt like he did. Guerendo. Yeah, steel underpants. I mean, that definitely is strong willpower to have a whole chat be like, Herbert. And you're like, I'm going Rush. I'm going Cooper Rush. I'm starting Cooper Rush. Don't slip on Cooper's 14 targets. I won't. Waddle better play over MHJ rest of the season. I guess. Kyler needs to be traded. And I'm going to buy MHJ in Dynasty leagues. What's up, Rockout?
Yeah, going into the playoffs, who do you like between Tua, Bo, and Purdy?
Tua and who?
Tua, Bo Nix, and Purdy.
Tua, Bo Nix, Purdy. I like Bo Nix a little bit more than Tua and Purdy, but Purdy, like Purdy's got it. You know, if the matchup feels right, who do the Niners play next week?
But Purdy plays the Rams, Bo plays Indianapolis, Tua plays Houston.
Bo plays Indy. Those are all pretty decent. You know, the Rams game could be a 38 to like today, 38-34 like type of game. So Purdy could get a lot of work. He could get a lot of work. Oh, Thursday game. Yeah.
For Purdy.
In that case, I'm gonna go Bo Nix. But that's me. I don't know, man. Let's try it on Thursday. Let's try it on for size then. Because Thursday game, I'm tempted to let Thursday make me sit Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I hate Thursday.
Beat the option.
Thursday games, man. Thursday games just 8 times out of 10 they screw us. Anything else?
That's about it for right now.
All right, call back if you got another one. Thanks, Rock Out. Later. Yeah, but Bo Nix probably. Yeah. So the 14 targets on Amari Cooper, you're asking if Amari Cooper's the number one? Well, I mean, Shakir had 5 for 106 and a touchdown, so I don't know that I would say Amari Cooper's the number one when he only pulled in 6 of his 14 targets. You want me to talk about Amari Cooper's 14 targets? What happened to all of them? Because he only pulled in 6 of them. Now, you could blame that on Josh Allen, I suppose, but, 8 targets to Shakir, he caught 5. 3 targets to Johnson, he caught 2. 3 targets to Curtis Samuel, he caught 2. No one else had that discrepancy but Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper also has been known to drop some footballs. I like Amari Cooper. 6 of 95 was nice for Amari Cooper, I'll admit. But I don't know that I'd go as far as to say, oh yeah, he's going to be glorious the rest of the way, because look at James Cook last week, and in this week he had 6 carries for 20 yards. Buffalo does like to mix it around an awful lot, bro. They're definitely a kind of team that one thing is different from one week to the next. Started Puka, Tyreek, Kupp, Guerendo, and Kyren today with Nico and Brees coming back next week. What do? You'll wait on the news, Aaron. There's no way to know what's going on with Brees Hall yet. My guess is he doesn't come back next week. I don't know. They say they're not shutting him down for the season, but that doesn't mean that they won't. Like they could say we're not planning on doing that, but he's just not healthy, so we're not bringing him back. I don't know. I think you're waiting on Guerendo and Brees Hall news to decide who your RB is. But you got a nice team, my boy. I mean, you got a good situation. Absolutely good situation. Very, very solid. Hopefully the news takes care of everything for you. My boy. I love all the bitter Benjis out there that are like, they're so mad they don't have Guerendo. They're so mad they don't have Charbonnet, and they're so mad and bent out of shape that they didn't get to partake in the Cuff glory that is this right here. That they say negative things in the chat, like last show, and I think I've seen a couple people, but last show there was heavy. It was like, oh well, sorry my team isn't so bad that I have to have guys like Charbonnet and Guerendo on it, backups. They're not backups, my boy. They're starters, and they're glorious, and they're absolutely exploding. But to be all bitter about it is hilarious. Sorry, my team is too good to have Charbonnet on it. Sorry, my team's too good to have Guerendo on it. Oh, you're special. Well, I hate to break it to you. As we said, walking into this week, that two of the three of Braylon Allen, Guerendo, and Charbonnet, 2 of the 3 would be top 11 running backs. 1 could be top 5. And we were correct. I wish Braylon Allen was a part of it. It is what it is. You can't get them all right. But we can adjust and adapt, and we can say pretty clearly that the Jets are so bad that I don't know how the hell anything's going to work itself out. Ride Hurts or JD5 for the playoffs. I don't think you can sit Jalen Hurts, my boy. You just can't. It's not smart business. I love JD5, but what are you going to do? Rest of season 0.5 PPR, Amari or MHJ. It's got to be Amari right now because what has Amari done for you lately? A lot more than what MHJ did for you. Well, not a lot, but enough, right? MHJ, it's not his fault. He's not killing you. Kyler and the Cardinals coaching staff, the Cardinals are killing you. The Birds are killing you, not MHJ. DK also, yeah, he's kind of been... I have a feeling we'll just hear he's not healthy. I don't know. He's off the injury report, but then he doesn't look good at all. So I don't know on DK. But you almost got to start DK next week as long as he's said to play. You know, he's got too much potential to leave on the bench for, in my opinion, a Cooper. But let's take that as it comes. Let's answer that question later. Let's take that. We'll take that as it comes. We just need a little more time, I think, to digest DK Metcalf right now. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Let's see here. I noticed the fantasy footballers was quoting or, are you trying to say mocking me this week? What did they say? Well, it is what it is. I have Higgins left. My opponent has Rush and Brandon Cooks, and I'm up by 12. I have Higgins left. I like the Higgins side more. Nice job. Nice job. I traded K9 and Sharps before the season in Dynasty for the moment. Saw it coming. Traded K9 and Sharps before the season in Dynasty. Saw what coming? The glorious rise of Zach Charbonnet, Gilbert. I don't know if you saw it clear enough. Dynasty 10-team standard 10 PPR trade my 25 1.1 for Puka. Woo! Doggy. As much as I love Puka Nacua, and I really do, I want the 1.1. I want the control of having the 1.1. It's close, though. You know, like Puka deserves this conversation, but he's also very injury prone, and he lands on his own body in ways that it's going to injure himself at some point next year, this year, the next year. But I would rather have the 1.1. Now, if it was like an unknown potential top 5 pick, I would take Puka. I wouldn't risk it. But if it's the 1.1, I want the 1.1. Good question. Johansson, send me a clip or something on IG. You know me, the Fantasy Football Show. Send me a clip on IG. I'd be glad to look at it for you and discuss it. Appreciate you, Johansson. Mahomes or AR5 rest of season? I think matchup based max, but look, it's tough because it's not like either one of them is like a guarantee. You know, if we're talking about somebody who is playing good ball and they're damn consistent, and then you're like, you keep hanging on to Mahomes. I understand that. Like, would I start Darnold over Mahomes? Probably, because Darnold's playing ball. But AR5, I like both of them. You know, they're both capable. Receivers are down bad. I have AJB, Debo, Devontae Smith, Tillman, Olave potentially. Could you rank them for me? I would say probably AJB regardless, man, is still the guy. And then Devontae Smith after that. I know they're on the same team. I know it's not what you want to hear, but those are the top 2 players by far. And then Debo's like just hard to trust, but I would say those are your top 2. I'm a victim of Eagles tush push abuse, says Edison. I take Mahomes over Rodgers because Mahomes has potential to run. Agreed? Yeah, I mean, I'm not starting Rodgers over Mahomes. But AR5, like, there's consideration there. Herbert or AR5 rest of season. I mean, that's, something you think about. I like Herbert more as a quarterback, but fantasy-wise, AR5 can run the ball. So are we thinking Jennings over Evans rest of season? I don't know if I go that far, but I think that Evans is like in a different tier, and Jennings is in a must-start tier of his, in his tier, he's a must-start, but I think Evans is still a step above him. Evans could be a 2-3 TD guy the very next week. Evans is a monster. He's just been banged up. I mean, he still could be. McCormick's a pretty good player. Start Guerendo Thursday. I don't know about McCormick. We'll have to see. I like him a little bit, yeah. Guerendo, we'll find out. I mean, according to this, he's not too worried about it, but we'll have to find out. Judy, top 12 wide receiver, absolutely. He's definitely in like the 9 to 12, 9 to 14, locked and loaded right now. I mean, I don't know about 2025, like we'll address that as it comes, but right now in this moment, I don't see the moment changing for the next, weeks 15, 16, 17. We got a 3-week window of time. Smitty, have DK, Keenan, BT, and Addison start 2 for the playoffs. Right now, Addison's locked in, bro. Locked in. And I'm going to say DK. I think DK is going to be okay in this context. What about McMillan? Like him a lot. I don't know if we can trust him, but I like him. We've always liked him. Had Guerendo, Monty, and Rashad White on my bench. Puka, matchup proof. Scott, pretty much. Darnold's a pumpkin. Okay. Winston or Love? Give me Love, but Winston's capable. News on Bucky? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I wish we had news. Problem is we had news before the game that he was good to go. So, I don't know what we can expect next week, even if they say he should be good to go. That's what it was like going into the game. So tough break for Bucky. Puka turning into a legend already, absolutely. Who would have thought Darnold was way better than Mahomes this year? I mean, Mahomes is better than Darnold, but by a lot. But fantasy-wise, yeah, it's been wild. It's been a wild run. Mahomes is a freaking magician. He's the best quarterback in the National Football League. Him and Josh Allen are just on a whole nother level. They're even on a whole nother level over Jalen Hurts. Thielen can go over AJ. What? Thielen can go over AJ in the playoffs. I don't know what that means, Rodriguez. This is the second message you sent. I have no idea what you're talking about. But Thielen, I was wrong on, Rodriguez. I was wrong on. Don't mind me. It's Monday morning. No problem. No problemo. Dial into that phone line.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I appreciate you, though, Rodriguez. I just don't know what you're saying. My boy, Rodriguez. I got Henry, Connor, Guerendo, Chuba. Chuba was disrespected by a lot of people walking into this week. And he was a good play. He was an easy play, and he delivered. And he had no competition. Rob from New Jersey, you're live.
Smitty, what's up, man?
Yep.
Luckily, I'll be in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll lock in the number 1 seed with the bye, because I had Charbonnet and Allen go off.
Attaboy.
So I'm happy about that. The only thing I'm concerned about is I traded Lamb for DK because that was before, right after the first game with Cooper Rush. Obviously, both of them haven't done much. So I was going to bench DK for Hopkins, but last minute I switched back. Would you bench DK for Hopkins or Devontae Adams going forward?
Let's play it by ear. I don't know yet. I got to feel it out. I got to get to the mountain. I got to get to the mountaintop, see what the the readings are.
He's the last couple of weeks.
I'll measure the wind, the turbine speeds, and the flux capacitor readings this week, and I'll let you know. But I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you once I figure out. Because even Devontae Adams, I mean, the last 2 games he's done well because Rodgers just throws him the ball every play.
Yeah.
So he gets 12 targets, and then, if he catches even half of those and gets a touchdown, he has a good day. But, DK just doesn't get looks.
Well, he's getting healthier. Let's see what the reports say walking into this week, bro. All right. Appreciate you later.
Appreciate it. All right. Bye.
Matt from Cali, you are live, but hang on 1 second, bro. Sup, Smitty just beat the number 1 in the league today to clinch the playoff spot. Thanks for your season-long help. It's not over yet. Good job, Luke. Luke, appreciate your super chat. All right, go ahead, Matty. You're live.
Smitty, I just called to quickly say you are the best fantasy football person on YouTube. You won me my week and got me into playoffs. Josh Allen with 50 points, MVP on the year. Isaac Guerendo sealed the deal. Let him cook for him. That's all I came to say. Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Good job. Congrats, man. It's not over yet. Go win it.
Yes, sir.
All right, later. What a week. What a week in general. Just a darn good week. We've had 3 weeks this year that were like explosions, Like, I don't remember last year, and even especially the year prior, having even 1 week that felt like the 3 weeks that we've had as a community. Show players like all firing off like fireworks at once. Just the grand finale, like 3 grand finales, 3 different weeks. We've had such a 3 good week run that I've never seen 3 weeks like this before. And even though this week didn't feel like as big as that first week, you know what week I'm talking about, the 2 touchdowns for Brees, 2 touchdowns for Bijan, 2 touchdowns for Achane, 2 touchdowns for, it was the 2 touchdown week. That next week felt really good too, but I've seen higher scores this week than in the other 2 weeks, which is kind of wild. One guy almost had 300 points, and it was just a 2 flex league. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, and a quarterback. Single quarterback. Guy had almost 300 points. 610, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Josh calling from Honolulu, Hawaii.
From Honolulu, Hawaii. What's up, my boy?
Oh, all good. I'm just I'm got Love and I got Bo Nix, and I'm looking to take one of them into the playoffs and drop one to pick up a wide receiver, and I'm interested in how he feels about Love or Bo Nix.
Love or Bo Nix? Would dropping one of them put you in a bad spot with your opponent, though? Or are your opponents good to go at quarterback and it's not a concern?
No, they are. Most people are rostered to quarterback, so that's why on waivers there's not really much there for QB. They might get picked up, but I think that most people have somebody to go in with it.
Chat, what are we thinking here? Bo Nix or Jordan Love for the remainder of the year? I kind of like the idea of you holding both, bro, to have matchups. The capability, one gets banged up. You might set your sights on one of them now, and then like 1 week from now, you don't want to, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Love's awesome. Bo Nix is pretty damn good. And I think the majority of the chat would rather have Bo Nix right now, but that doesn't mean that 1 week from now they're not yelling Jordan Love from the rooftops.
All right. I got it.
Like who are you having to not pick up if you don't cut one of them?
Yeah, so currently I got Garrett Wilson at wide receiver and Jamison Williams as number 2, and it's a 2 wide receiver league with a flex, and then
but again,
Xavier Worthy's on the bench.
But my question is, who do you not pick up because of this non-move? Because you're gonna want to cut one of them, you're saying, but who are you getting if you cut them? Like, what are you missing out on if you don't make this move?
right now the two best wide receivers for me to have some depth would be Watson and Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I don't
Those
know.
would be the two that I target.
I like Watson. You could pick up Watson over Worthy and leave it at that. But I don't like you having Worthy over one of those quarterbacks.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Well, hey, I appreciate it. Good watching.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, you can't just give up on the potential quarterback rotation when you're dealing with Bo Nix, and I like Bo Nix and Jordan Love, and I like Jordan Love. You're dealing with a not for sure. You're starting the same guy each week. Smitty calling in starts with a 361. All right, well, dial in. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, bro. Hello? Please hold for Smitty. This is his mother.
What's up, Smitty?
What's up? Who's this?
KJV.
KJV. Where are you calling from, KJV?
Corpus, Texas.
KJV from Texas. What's up, my boy?
Nothing much, man. So I got too many good players in one of my leagues because of, all the preemptive, just staying ahead of the curve with everything.
Attaboy.
So I really want to win in this league because these guys talk a lot of crap.
Who doesn't want to win? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I kind of want to rank my players if we can.
You drop super chats. You deserve it, my guy. Let's mark our board sesh this bad boy. Hit me with it.
Okay. I usually go with Jalen Hurts as my QB.
As you should.
Yeah. Kyron Williams, HN, my RB1, RB2.
Nice.
I got Chase Brown.
Chase Brown?
Picked up Zach Charbonnet.
Zach Charbonnet?
Yeah.
Jeez,
and then
bro.
we got Jerry Jeudy, Drake London,
Beauty.
Puka Nacua, and BTJ.
London. Let's put Puka Nacua at the top, right? Let's show some
For
respect instead of reading him off last. Yeah. Okay, Puka, Judy, London, and then who's your tight end?
I have Kate Otten.
All right.
So yeah, and
what's
I'm
the question?
So, moving forward, obviously, I've had my questions about Drake London. He's only had one game where he scored over 20 fantasy points, and Kirk Cousins has been looking like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So would you start Jerry Jeudy and Puka Nacua and sit Drake London?
Yeah. If you would have asked me that this week, I would have told you that.
Yeah.
I don't think you did ask me that.
Even though he is top 10, it's still there's no explosion.
But Judy's been on fire. You can't sit Judy right now. Judy and Puka are your number one and number two receiver. London, if this is your like flex is going to be Chase Brown instead of London and there's two wide receivers, then yeah, London's got to hit the pine for now.
Okay. And say Zach Charbonnet starts playing, over Kenneth Walker. Would you consider him over Chase Brown?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It sucks because did you start Sharps this week?
No, I just picked him up because one of the guys who's making the playoffs has Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. That's tough.
I blocked him.
That's tough. I think we got to take that like minute by minute. I'm not ready to commit to that question yet. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Chase Brown is unbelievable, but so is Zach Charbonnet. Like if Sharps is starting, Sharps and Chase Brown are. This is a debate. It's a debate. There's no debate here. You go. You have to debate it out. So let's let Chase Brown play his game. And if Chase Brown, even off of the thread of them limiting him a little more than normal to keep him healthy, even if that threat proves to be false and he goes crazy, then we have our answer that, look, Chase Brown he's earned it. But if he has a bad game, let's see how quickly Chase Brown's the only one. Let's see how quickly those people flip into a Charbonnet vote later. Let's just let Chase Brown play his game. We have that luxury, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
For sure. Okay. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So in another league.
No perps. He didn't come back.
I did pick up Braylon Allen. He didn't do as good as we wanted him to.
No.
But definitely want to hold on to him. So I know you said Addison and DK just earlier. So would you flex BTJ or Braylon Allen?
BTJ for now. Braylon Allen, look, I wish I was wrong, or I wish I was right on Braylon Allen. I wish I wasn't wrong that this offense just looks so bad it doesn't matter. It's not that Allen did bad, and I know a lot of people want to blame that Davis was involved too much or whatever. They got almost the same run. The only difference was a single touchdown. But this offense sucks, bro. They're absolutely garbage. The team's trash, the coaching's trash, the morale's trash, everything's trash. BTJ is just safer. You know, unless we get some sort of Allen is going to get all of the work and there's not even another healthy running back on the roster, like then we come in and we have a different conversation.
Okay.
They're trash. They're trash. The Jets absolutely suck.
On this same team, I also have Bo Nix. Would you play Bo Nix or Jalen Hurts going forward?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
Come on, bro. All right, later.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Anything can happen, but come on. Come on.
Take a big lap. We don't.
We don't sit studs. We don't sit studs. You hear me? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a day. Appreciate all my super chatters. How many people we got in here? 466 people. Let's take 2 more phone calls, shall we?
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We're saving lives today. We were saving lives today, doing it live.
Hey, Chan.
He's Kyron. He's 7.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special message from the Bruce's mother.
Get Bijan. He's Kyron. He's 7 feet tall. And 2 more.
Heating up, calling back. Are you here to call back about? Are you wanting to talk about Tracy versus Gibbs still? Is this what you're doing?
Nah, I'm not.
Thank God, because we don't we don't need the. I'm trying to protect you from the chat. The chat's like, what is this guy talking about? Go ahead. What else can I do for you,
I had
Heating?
a couple people on my side, but I'm torn between Likely and Otten next week.
Well, I don't think he should be torn. Really, Otten's probably the play for right now. Likely, if Andrews gets hurt, then I do think Likely becomes very relevant. But right now, Likely is going to be too inconsistent to use.
Yeah, but he's playing the Giants next week.
I mean, it doesn't really change much. I like Likely. I'm still holding on to him in deeper leagues as my second tight end if it's that kind of league where you have that much depth. What? Who's talking? Who's talking in the background?
And then if Breeze plays next week too, am I starting him over Guerendo if he plays?
Let's play that by ear.
I got you.
If Brees is starting and he's not hampered by any means, it is hard to sit him. But Guerendo is a strong play if he's healthy and he's good to go. And if what he's saying is true about his foot, there's no problem at all. But I'm a little bit worried that they're worried, and who knows if he gets all the work. But Shanahan usually does run his players into the ground, but if he's banged up, what do they do? Remember when Mason had his AC joint? It's not supposed to be a big deal, but they still didn't play him. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Thanks, Smitty.
All right, later, bro.
Later.
God, he wasn't calling to talk about Tracy versus Gibbs again. I just can't do that. Perps, yeah, Ron I don't think Ron showed up tonight, so I don't think he ever saw your message. This is the message from Perps earlier. Perps is, he chose violence tonight against Ron Navy.
Hey, what's up, Smith?
Oh, there we go.
Just wanted to reach out. I was at the game today. I seen Ron Navy with Kirk Cousins. They were in the Vikings locker room, sniffing Sam Darnold's jockstrap. You believe it?
Perps came and chose violence, but Perps, Perps has every right to be a little bit annoyed because Ron went at him pretty hard in the offseason, talking about how could you get rid of Kirk Cousins, because Perps wanted to move on. He said, I don't care if we make the mistake. I'd rather move on, even if we swing and miss on the rookie, which is what the thought was, right? And Darnold came out, and look at the Vikings now. Look at the Vikings now. But Perps, I don't know, you did miss it, Perps, that Ron did come in and say that Cousins looked like trash. This was not this week. This was a show last week regarding last week's play. So Ron would probably come in here and agree with you. Not that he was sniffing the jockstrap of or the panties of Darnold. I don't know if he would admit that, but he would come in and has come in and admitted that Cousins looks like trash. And it is time for Penix Jr. It's that big Penix energy time over in Atlanta, and I hope that they know what they're doing. I hope that Raheem Morris says we're going to start Penix Jr. And keep in mind that on the red zone, if Penix Jr. goes crazy, I don't know if we have enough games because we did kind of qualify it as like week 8, 9 or something like that, week 8, 9, or 10. If Penix Jr. gets in there, Scott Hansen, you'll go on the red zone while you're live and say, my boy Smitty, shout out to Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show who called Penix Jr.'s rise. I'm hoping that if Penix Jr. goes out there and explodes at least in 2 or 3 weeks, that our boy Scott will have enough ammunition to say, to scream out the Fantasy Football Show on the airwaves. So we'll see what Scott Hansen does. But I hope Penix Jr. time is here. I hope that we're sitting at the precipice of what is known as the Penix Jr. Incline. Hopefully. Penix o'clock. That's right, Gilbert. It is Penix o'clock. It is time. It is that time, my boys. It is that time. 917, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, this is Ongroy from Queens.
Ongroy?
Ongroy.
Ongroy. Ongroy from Queens. What's up?
I was just wondering, would you start Juwan or DK rest of the season?
Juwan Jennings or DK Metcalf? Right now, let's put Juwan in. Just until DK proves he's healthy, but that could become a dilemma after a week's time.
I also got Evans, so I'm starting Evans and Juwan, and then I got Bucky as my flex, so I'm just keeping DK on the bench for now.
Yeah, hopefully Bucky gets healthy, bro. It sucks. What a blow.
Yeah, I also have Guerendo, so hopefully.
Attaboy, Guerendo time, baby. Guerendo. Hopefully he's good to go. This is precautionary. He says I feel great. That's what it got on screen here. So, all right, Ongroy, we'll see you later, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right. Flex W15 D Smitty, Brees, Reed, Watson, Olave. For a minute, I thought this was Ricardo again. Flex W15, D Smithy. What's he saying? What, can anybody decode this for me? Does anybody have the decoder ring from Christmas Story? And they can figure out what the Ovaltine message here is at hand? I have no idea what Jack's trying to tell me. I have no clue. Hopefully one of you do. CMC felt great too. No, he didn't, Scotty. I screamed that from the rooftops all off season long. It did not feel great. CMC felt like a horrible pick. Does anybody know what this means? Devontae Smith, I assume. Yeah. What's W15? Is that a Red Ryder stock compass that tells time? What is this? W15. Flex Walker is what he's saying. I don't know. Jack, you want to restate your question here, my boy? Will Rogers, week 15? Flex week 15? Okay. Week 15, that makes sense. I mean, look, we don't know. We're guessing here. We're guessing here. Rodriguez is, I thought this was your message, bro. WD40. Flex week 15. Devontae Smith, Brees, Reed, Watson, Olave. If Brees is playing, I'm playing Brees. If not, I'm gonna go Devontae Smith if Brees is even shaky. Wheatbrook? I don't know who Wheatbrook is, Rob. You guys are off your rocker tonight. Devontae Smith, Brees, Reed, Watson, Olave. Hybrid's trying to hybrid the message out. Appreciate you. Joshua with the clutch $2.99 blanker. Appreciate you, Joshua. My boy. Wheatbrook. Jose finally made sense. I know. It wasn't even his super chat. Jose or Rodriguez, did you have another message that you needed me to respond to that you deciphered or what? Thank you, Max. Appreciate you. Jack Barlow or Barco. I have Braylon if Hall is out or Smith. I still don't know what you're saying there. Allison? Addison? Allison? What is going on here? Jack, come on, man. Devontae Smith, of what I see here. If Hall's playing, you play Hall. If not, Devontae Smith. That's all I can make of this message. Jack is learning from Rodriguez on how to type. This is crazy, bro. Addison is what I guessed is too, Aaron. If it's Addison instead of Allison, I mean, Addison is going nuts. You got to go Addison. Addison's probably safer than Brees Hall right now. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Jack, thank you for the Double super chats. Hopefully I got the point across. I'll see you all later. I'll see you tomorrow. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Time to go watch Yellowstone. Deuces. Appreciate you. I'm live whenever big news breaks. Hopefully we have good news tomorrow on Guerendo that backs up what we have here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you, all my super chatters. You guys absolutely rock. Hurry up, Jack. I'm waiting, Jack. You got 15 seconds. Yeah, hit that thumb up button. We got like 421 of you. Hold on a second. We got 400. First of all, Get on over to the Patreon. The Patreon link is pinned. It's a live chat environment. It's 365, 24/7 live chatting. Cancel anytime. $10 a month. We literally sit in the game day lounge chat room during the entirety of any game. Monday game, Thursday game, whatever. We're just sitting in there. A big group of us. What do you need? Oh, did you see him score? It's fantastic. The link's pinned in the live chat. The Fantasy Football Show. Patreon.com/The Fantasy Football Show. So get over there and make sure you check that out. Also, thefantasyfootballshow.com is my year-round content site that I've had for 20 plus years and invented the trade calculator in the industry in 2003. The first instant-based trade calculator, which I enhanced and changed this week. It's even better than it's ever been this week. Handles multiple player trades. The calculator is based on a $200 purse for buying, a startup auction draft. So get on over there and check out the new and improved trade calculator. It's phenomenal. When you select a player, it automatically gives you the drop-down box to improve and create an even bigger trade. Go check that out. TheFantasyFootballShow.com. Link is in the description. And Patreon, patreon.com/The Fantasy Football Show. So TheFantasyFootballShow.com and Patreon.com/The Fantasy Football Show. And we only have 126 thumbs up. We have 382 of you still lingering in here. Please hit that thumb up button on the way out the door. Jack, appreciate you. Jack's final question is Braylon or Devontae Smith if Hall is out. Smith by a country mile. He had a touchdown today, looked really good, and Braylon Allen looked like trash. Not because he sucks, but because the Jets suck. So Jack, easy call, Devontae Smith. Thank you, Jack. Congrats to all the people that had amazing days today. We'll see you all tomorrow.